Hey, good evening. Blessings out there, Facebook. What's going on? It's your man, Rod Hickman with Generational Wealth Builders, where poverty ends with us. Listen, so glad to be coming to you on this Friday evening. Had a busy week, a great week, but super excited to be coming back to you. Listen, y'all know that when it comes to ways to build generational wealth, that is the reason why we're here. We're here to make sure that you all are getting the information that you need in order to make sure that your families, you're able to take advantage of the ability to share ways to build generational wealth. Because again, it's not as hard as a lot of people like to think. It's just a change of your mindset. And so, again, we're super excited to be here on tonight. Well, listen, not going to be in here long. And again, I know y'all probably say, man, you say that all the time. Then next thing you know, 30 minutes later, you still talking. Yeah, I know. Y'all pray for me with that. Y'all know as preachers, we get the three I'm about to close law. So again, before it's a lie. So but listen, I was having a conversation with one of our junior brokers, and we were having a pretty good conversation. I'm super proud of what he's doing down there. He and his wife, Richard and Lamisha Hughes. Super proud of what they're doing. But here's the thing. As they're building their agency down there, they told me about a conversation that their daughter had. With their daughter got a little part-time job or whatever the case may be. And again, she's joining the business and working on becoming licensed and things of that nature. And so what happened was she was talking with the owner of the restaurant that she was working at. She was like, hey, my parents are, they're licensed life insurance agents. They're out there. They are, telling people about the IUL policies and things of that nature. And the lady looked at her and said, I know about the IUL policy. And her response to their daughter was, the way I bought this business was because my dad, when I was born, put me an IUL policy to the side. And that's how I got the money in order to fund my business. And the young lady was blown away. She told her parents and things of that nature. And again, anytime I hear that kind of information, again, not that I need the validation, but it's always great to have that validation. And so, what I want to show you tonight, for just a few good country minutes, I want to show you exactly what it is that young lady was talking about. I want to show you the power of the Index Universal Life Policy. Now, I know if you've been on social media and if you've listened to anyone talking about infinite banking and growing your wealth and things of that nature, you heard about the Index Universal Life Policy. Now, I will say this. There are some people out there that say, well, hey, I do it with a whole life policy. I fund with a whole life policy. Now, here we go again. I'm not going to split hairs, but this is what I'll say with that, right? There's one wherewith you can fund it, but if something happened, your family gets no death benefit. Then there's another where you can fund it and your family will still receive a death benefit. So I'll let you choose which one you want to be focused on. Personally, I'm going to leave one where my family's taken care of because that's what the death benefit is for. In addition to that, our policies, our IUL policies have the living benefits. And so the living benefits basically mean that, God forbid, if anyone is diagnosed with a critical, a chronic, or a terminal illness or injury, that you can get up to 80% of that death benefit while you're still alive. So again, as I did the meeting earlier this week, we're here in Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and I know a lot of people are getting breast cancer policies or cancer policies, stroke policies, things of that nature. But let me help you. You don't need those type of policies if you get a $500,000, $1 million term policy. Guess what? 80% of that is $800,000, and you can get that relatively cheap. Now, again, it depends on your age, but again, you can get that and you'll get a lot more money than what you would get from a cancer policy or a stroke policy by just having a regular life insurance policy that will give you the the living benefit. Now, again, like I say, before y'all say that he go hating, I can write cancer policies. I can. I write for Aetna. Aetna is one of my providers. But here's the thing. I always look to get my clients the overall best value. And that's what all the other generational wealth builders do. We give you options. Now, listen, I can sell you a cancer policy. If you want a cancer policy, you want a $75,000 or $100,000 cancer policy, I can get you that. But if I feel like I'm cheating you where you can get 400, 500, half a million, on up, then I think that's a better value for the client. Okay. Didn't want to get off on that tangent, but y'all know how I do. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to show you the policy that lady had. And when I show you this policy, I'm going to just simply show you how when someone starts a policy when their baby is born. So if y'all can see my screen, and I probably need to go in a little bit here. All right. So at the age of 1, the annual policy is not $4,345. I think the policy for this $250,000 life insurance policy, I think it was like $100 a month. I'm just saying that. I think it was about $100 a month. But what I have done, I have shown how you can overfund this policy. So when you hear somebody talk about being your own bank, think about it in this way. You can basically put extra money into this life insurance policy. And what that's going to do, that's going to allow your life insurance policy to grow exponentially. So it won't just be the what do you call it? Just the death benefit, but you're actually putting in extra money there. So in this regard, here we're seeing where the family is looking at $250,000. So annually, it's $4,345 that they can put away each year, and this policy still grow in value, and they have to pay no taxes on it, right? So I'm showing you how they were able, this young lady was able to take the money from her life insurance policy and fund her business. That's what I'm about to show you here. So watch me now. So here, as you can see, if we look over the policy years, so let's just say the young lady gets to the age of 18. Watch this. If the young lady wants to go to college, her parent has $125,000 to fund their child going to college. Their child does not have to get in debt for them to go to college. Can y'all see that? Right? $125,000. So at 18 years, and let's just do the math. So if you take that 4,345 multiplied by 18, literally you've paid in $78,000, but you have $125,000. Make sense? So you paid in 78, but because of the interest rate, you now have $125,000. So if your child decides they want to go to college, bada boom, bada bing, you got $125,000 tax free. Let's go and look 4 years later, bada boom, bada bing, you got $179,000. Now let's just say little Junior, little Missy decide, I ain't going to college or whatever the case may be. They get out there in the workforce. You're still just paying this premium because, again, remember, you have access to this cash value tax free. But then as they get to the age of 30, they say, you know what, Dad, I think I want to go into business for myself. And you've seen that they've been doing some great things. Then guess what? In 30 years, for paying that 45, they basically now have $340,000. And if I multiply that times 29 years, because that's all it is, it's 29 years, because we did it after year 1. They've paid in $126,000 and now have $240,000. Yes, they've paid in. Watch me now. From the time the baby was born until the age of 30, they've paid in $126,000. They have $340,000. Let's just add another year. Even if they paid in $130,000, look how now they have $340,000. Do y'all see that? $340,000. And watch this. It did not touch their death benefit. They still have the death benefit. This $340,000 is money that they can actually use to fund their business. And that is how that young lady was able to start her business by utilizing a life insurance policy that her father started when she was born. Now, why do I bring this up? Because I want you to understand that you should be doing the exact same thing for your children, right? We spend a lot of money on junk. We spend a lot of money on stuff. We spend a lot of money on stuff that, again, I just got sick and tired of it. My wife will tell you, got sick and tired of it. I'm sick and tired of buying stuff, and then a week later it's in the yard or something like that, right? I stopped spending money on that stuff, and I start squirreling money away where they would actually be able to use it. Does that make sense? And so this is what you're able to do with a very simple index universal life policy. So I want to encourage you on today. If you're a parent out there, if you're a grandparent out there, the best thing that you can do for your child today is get them an index universal life policy. You may not be able to put that amount of money. You may not be able to do all of this and all of that, but do something. Be able to give your children something. Be able, watch this, to be a bank that your children can go to. Don't you know that what the wealthy do, the Rockefeller, the Vanderbilts, and Kennedys and all that there, are you not aware that what they do, their loved ones don't go to the bank to borrow money? They come to the family like, hey, look at here. This is the business that I have. This is the business I want to get started. They come with their business plan and say, yo, this is what I think. This is my ROI. This is how I believe I'll return that back to the family. And they give them the money. But yet and still, why don't we take advantage of that? You may not have the Rockefeller's money. You may not have the money like the Kennedys have, and that's okay. But you can do something. You can start somewhere. And so that's my encouragement to you on today. Again, do something. And again, we'd be more than happy to sit down with you, look at some policies for your children. Again, I know a lot of y'all say, well, I got Gerber Life or Globe Life and my policy, this, that, and other. Yeah, but that policy goes to age 26. And it's not building cash value. It's not giving you the option to be able to build cash value. And again, even more so, remember, our policies have the living benefits. So again, God forbid, we don't know when something can happen, but God forbid, if something happened where they have a heart attack, a stroke, cancer, any of those kind of things, are you aware that this life insurance policy would turn around and give them 80% of the death benefit, not the cash value, the death benefit? So if the death benefit is $250,000, they'll turn around and give them $200,000 cash money for that child to be able to get better. Come on, as a parent, how much would that help you? Again, none of us want to think about that, right? Y'all know, again, sadly to say, I'm a part of that fraternity that has lost a child. Never thought I would, never thought. But I can tell you, when you lose a child, man, listen, it does something to you. You don't just go back to normal. You don't just get back on the horse and keep going. You don't. Right? You have to get through it. You have to deal with it. And so you need to make sure that, and especially, again, if a child is going through something for a prolonged period of time, you need to be able to have resources to be there for your child. Why not have a living benefit policy? Let me help you. You can get a cancer policy, but I've already told you, they max out at $100,000. After that, you got to figure it out. But again, if you get a $250,000 policy, again, you get $200,000. I don't think that's too bad, right? So again, that's my spiel. I'm cutting it off right here. I'm right under 15 minutes. Y'all got to give me some props for that, because y'all know I normally keep on going. I'll find another string to pull and all of that. But listen, love you all so much. Listen, we've opened our office there in Memphis. We're located at 9155 Crestwind Drive there in the metropolitan city of Memphis, over off of Forest Hill, Irene, and Winchester. And so tomorrow morning at 9:30, we're having a business overview meeting. So if you're in the area, want to come by and talk with me, want to come and sit down with me, we would love to have you come by. Just inbox me on whatever platform you see this on, and we'll give you the address. I'll give you my number, and we can definitely plan to meet up on tomorrow. All right. Well, listen, as always, love you all so much. Remember, knowledge is not power until it's applied. You can have an 18-wheeler truck full of gas, but until you apply that clutch. It's not going anywhere. Y'all have a great day. Pray you take care. God bless.